criticism as I receive about my son, I would like to shed light on the fact. We all got bad kids, okay?
Ain't the world say about me is a lie. I don't give a damn. I don't really care too much. It didn't affect me. That just made your source. That just made your information that you talk about.
Talking like, let's say I DM a girl, or I get a girl number, or, you know what I'm saying, a girl at the studio. Just know my baby mama don't care. So you cannot do, don't try to pull, no King with, no.
Everybody know my son King. He's a passionate young man.
He's very passionate.
Yeah, and he has some tumultuous times. But the Lord ain't through with him yet.
That's right.
The baby mother doesn't care. I'm not a bad baby daddy, so I got more leeway than other baby daddies. You know what I'm saying? I got more like this ain't your normal baby daddy.
Welcome back to your daily dose of scandal and glamour. A 32-second clip is tearing through private circles right now, and it allegedly shows T.I.'s son King in an intimate moment with another man. And here's the kicker. It didn't leak from some random hacker or thirsty fan. Word is this bomb was dropped straight into T.I. and Tiny's phones through a private group message sent by somebody way too close to the family. The video's been scrubbed off the big platforms, but it's still bouncing around in private DMs and invite-only group chats, and it's got the Harris family's whole image hanging by a thread. Instead of stepping up to shield King, whispers say, T, I snapped straight into cover-up mode, and now the streets can't stop talking.
Much criticism as I receive about my son, I would like to shed light on the fact. We all got bad kids, okay? Now listen, don't make it seem like I'm the only one on here who got bad kids. Try to take the good with the bad and just let them know you go into prison if you keep it up. I don't wish it on him, you know what I'm saying? I don't wish it on him, and I love him through it. Whatever he going through, I love him.
Behind the scenes, insiders claim Tiny's been begging King to just step forward and tell his side, while T.I. is allegedly running around on full damage control mode, throwing threats at anybody even whispering about the clip. But the problem? That tape is already in the hands of folks who know exactly how to use it against them. And get this, sources say the second T.I. saw that footage pop up on his phone, he lost it. Within hours, he had lawyers, 2 private investigators, and a publicist lined up like soldiers on standby. But here's the scandal. None of them were called in to check on King. Every single one was there for one mission only: shut that tape down before it explodes. Insiders close to the Harris family claim T.I. had a name locked in within hours, and he wasn't asking questions, he was out for straight revenge. Word on the block says his first move was hunting down the source of the leak, and this is where things turned downright shady. T.I. wasn't just looking to point a finger, he allegedly wanted payback. Atlanta whispers say the other man in that clip, King's supposed partner, got scooped up by police only 2 days after the video started floating around, and here's the suspicious part. The charges had nothing to do with the tape itself. Instead, he got slapped with accusations like blackmail, revenge porn, and privacy violations.
Dad kicked me out. And my dad, I don't know, whatever they said was happening. Whatever they said supposedly happened. You know what I'm saying? Still believing it. Everything the world say about me is a lie. I don't give a damn. I don't really care too much. It didn't affect me. That just made your source. That just made your information that you talk about.
Charges that fit the scandal just a little too perfectly. But word is that arrest wasn't really about justice. It was a chess move. A warning shot fired straight from T.Y., sending a message loud and clear to anybody even thinking of leaking more footage. And according to multiple sources, this wasn't a one-time situation. Rumor has it there's not just one tape, there are several. The man allegedly involved even threatened to unleash every single one unless he got a payout. But T.I., he wasn't cutting any deals. Insiders say he picked up the phone, activated his legal squad, and went into full-on attack mode. And here's the wild twist. King didn't even know his dad had stepped in. Friends close to the family say King only found out after T.I. and Tiny already made moves behind his back. By the time King caught wind of the situation, it had exploded into a full-blown legal war, and T.I., he wasn't checking on his son's mental state, he was locked on protecting the empire. To him, this wasn't just about King, it was about the Harris name, the TV shows, the podcasts, the brand deals, and every dollar tied to the family image. The real fear wasn't just that one tape, it was the nightmare of what else could be sitting out there waiting to drop next.
My grandma, you know, we'll go to the house on like a weekend. They'll say, hey, we shooting today. We need y'all at the house. They'll come get me from my grandma's house. And right after we done, when them cameras go off, I'm right back to my grandma's house.
If one clip surfaced, who's holding the rest and how deep does it really go? While T.I. was locked in on full CEO mode, Tiny was allegedly breaking down behind the scenes. She was in pure mom mode, worried sick about King's well-being, not the brand or the money. Sources say she blew up when she realized T.I. had already launched into cover-up tactics before even telling their son what was going on. Tiny felt betrayed, but T.I. refused to budge. He reportedly believed that speaking out would only hand fresh ammo to blogs, gossip pages, and industry insiders just waiting to tear King apart. For Tiny, though, staying silent cut even deeper. That's when things allegedly snapped into a real divide. Fans have long clocked how different T.I. and Tiny move when it comes to parenting King. T.I. leans on his infamous tough love in public, while Tiny's always wrapped herself in the emotional side, and now those two approaches finally clashed at the highest level. Insiders say the battle over that leaked tape sparked one of the nastiest behind closed doors blow-ups the couple has ever had. And once again, King was left stuck in the crossfire, carrying the weight of it all. Tiny, desperate to protect her son, allegedly pushed hard to go public with a statement, even if it meant going against T.Y.'s orders. I wasn't having it.
Woke up with a roach on your face.
No, that's not the goal.
All right, then. There it goes.
Or in your ear.
I don't know what you're
Or
talking
in
about.
your ear.
In the neighborhood, give me that rope
Have you ever rolled up with a roach in your ear?
Y'all wanna go to the bando in my neighborhood?
You ain't fight no.
Tiny allegedly begged for King to hop on Instagram Live and clear the air himself, but T.I. shut that down quick. He told her she was making the situation bigger than it needed to be. But that's exactly where the cracks in their family foundation started to split wide open. Ever wonder why King Harris always looked a little out of step with the rest of the Harris brand, like he was on camera but never truly part of the picture-perfect machine? Turns out there's a reason, and it's nothing like fans thought. Behind those polished, scripted dinners on Family Hustle, King was living a whole different life. He wasn't waking up in the marble-covered Atlanta mansion, smiling for producers on cue. Instead, King was mostly being raised by his grandmother. In one clip, he even admitted flat out that he lived with his nana full-time, and only got picked up when T.I. and Tiny needed him for filming. Let that sink in. That bombshell flipped the entire narrative.
Today, somebody had left me a comment asking, was it true that Messiah was gay, and that's why T.I. didn't want him on.
For years, the public painted King as another spoiled celeb kid, loud, reckless, and entitled for no reason. But what if the so-called acting out wasn't about privilege at all? What if it was neglect? And here's the twist. King wasn't alone. Sonique, Tiny's daughter, reportedly stepped up too, saying she was also raised by her grandmother while Tiny and T.I. managed their empire from afar. That means all those glossy TV scenes showing one big happy Harris family, allegedly staged. And when that truth leaked, the image of the flawless Harris household started cracking in front of everyone's eyes. Everything fans thought they knew about the Harris family might have been smoke and mirrors. So is it really a shock that King never felt safe enough to open up to his parents? When your life is treated like a scripted scene and your value depends on how good the storyline looks, what happens when you become the scandal? And don't forget, one of the year's biggest viral moments was that explosive live stream where King and T.I. went head-to-head in front of thousands of viewers. This wasn't about rap, fame, or flexing cars. It was about raw identity and pent-up truth boiling over. It all started when T.I. tried pulling the classic proud dad card, bragging that King had been raised with a silver spoon in his mouth. But King wasn't about to let that narrative fly, not even for a second. What people thought was tea. Putting his son in check completely backfired because King clapped back hard. He called the whole privileged lifestyle story straight up fake. According to him, when life got rough, it wasn't T.I. or Tiny stepping up, it was his grandmother holding him down. King made it crystal clear. His parents weren't protecting him, they were protecting their image. And it didn't end once the cameras cut off. Insiders say the argument carried over into real life, where things got physical. Sources claim T.I. tried to grab or restrain King, maybe to calm him down, maybe to shut him up. But either way, it only escalated the drama. Then came the deleted Instagram stories and King went off. He posted, "I stand on business. Don't give a fucks who you are. Ain't no man playing with me in my face. I'm not going for it. I'm a grown man. If I'm a mistake, say that. Stop making the world think you rock with me when you don't." That wasn't father and son clashing. That was a straight up showdown. And here's the real question. What happens when the perfect dad image you've been selling for years gets shattered by your own son, live in front of the world? And just when it seemed like the drama couldn't go any further, enter Big Nana. King started dating her in late 2023, and the internet didn't know how to process it. She was older, louder, and already had her own following. And word is, T.I. hated every bit of it. He allegedly saw her as nothing more than a clout chaser. Then boom, months later, a pregnancy announcement dropped. King was about to become a dad, and social media exploded. But behind the scenes, it was pure chaos. T.I. allegedly never trusted Big Nana, not 1 inch. And when that now infamous tape leaked, the one supposedly showing King with another man, guess who also had a copy? None other than Big Nana. Sources say she got that footage the exact same day T.I. did, but while he scrambled to bury it with lawyers and investigators, she didn't delete a thing. She kept it. Tight grip, no erasing, no second thoughts. And here's where it gets wild. Some insiders claim she straight up threatened to leak the tape herself if T.I. kept blasting her as a gold digger. Others whisper she's holding it as insurance, just in case T.I. tries to erase her out of King's life now that there's a baby in the picture. Whatever her motive, one fact is crystal clear. Big Nana's got the power now. She's got the baby. She's allegedly got the tape, and she's holding the upper hand in a way that T.I. can't touch. But the story doesn't end there. King himself dropped another bomb. He openly admitted to cheating on Big Nana. And the craziest part, she didn't flinch. No drama, no tears. She played it cool, like she already knew the game. And here's where people really started connecting dots. King never dropped the name of who he was cheating with. And low-key, some folks believe it's been a man all along. Maybe that's why his relationship with Big Nana still works. She gets the clout, the lifestyle, and the spotlight, while he gets to live his truth in the shadows without anyone pressing him. Suddenly, the whole picture starts making sense. King isn't just treating cheating like a bad habit. He's bragging about it like it's part of his boss image. But wait, this script feels familiar. We've seen a version of this play out before inside the Harris family. Way before King was going viral for explosive live streams and leaked clips, there was Messiah, T.I.'s firstborn son, the quiet one, the chill one, the one fans always thought would stay out of the chaos. At least that's what everybody believed, until he vanished from the spotlight with zero warning. Messiah Harris, now in his early 20s, was one of the original faces of Family Hustle. Respectful, laid back, heavy into music. He was basically King's opposite. While King thrived off being loud and messy, Messiah was calm and balanced. Then out of nowhere, he disappeared from the cameras. No explanation, no goodbye, just gone. At first, fans brushed it off, but then came the whispers. Rumors of a same-sex relationship. A few blurry photos started making rounds online, and suddenly, Messiah's quiet exit didn't look so random anymore. He was even spotted hugged up with another guy. Now sure, it could have been just a close friend, but the blogs didn't hesitate. They pounced, turning one blurry shot into a full-blown headline, sparking rumors that never died down. And right after those blurry photos hit the blogs, the whispers started flying from people close to the Harris circle. They claimed T.I. wasn't just uncomfortable, he was furious. Not furious at Messiah himself, but at the thought of his son getting dragged into Atlanta's rumor mill about sexuality. So what did T.I. allegedly do? He slammed the brakes. Messiah started getting cut out of family shoots, slowly erased from the spotlight, and quietly written out of the Harris brand. No announcement, no goodbye, no official reason, just gone. And let's be real, this wouldn't be the first time T.I. tried to tighten up the narrative to protect the image. But here's the part that cuts deep. Even after all that, Messiah stayed silent. No messy posts, no cryptic shots at his parents, no clapback interview. He just disappeared. But that silence only made people look harder. Fans started digging, speculating, and questioning what really went down behind the curtain. Now zoom out, because the Harris drama isn't just about one family. It's connected to something much bigger. One of Atlanta's worst-kept secrets, the down-low culture running through the city's hip-hop scene. In this world, masculinity isn't just identity, it's survival. In rap, there's a strict code. Act tough, stay straight, never slip. Any detour from that path, career suicide. That's why so many in the industry live double lives, straight for the cameras, something completely different behind closed doors. Whisper networks run deep, from private texts to NDA-only parties, where insiders know the truth but never dare say names, because one wrong word could end a career overnight. And that's exactly why King's alleged tape was so dangerous. It wasn't just gossip, it was a ticking bomb. If the narrative spread that a rapper's son, raised by one of the most hyper-masculine figures in hip-hop, might be tied to Atlanta's down-low scene, it wouldn't just shake King's world. It would blow apart the Harris brand, crack the illusion T.I. spent years building, and flip the image of perfect father, perfect family into a scandal he couldn't control. That's why, insiders say, he went straight into crisis mode to bury it at all costs. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to stay in the loop with all the latest tea. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an update, and I'll catch you in the next video.